Perfect. All right, everyone, welcome to Tuesday night, to this newer style class called Move. For those of you that are regulars onto this one, as stated, I keep it really simple and repetitive so that you can actually start to see changes. So the movements are always going to be pretty similar based around single leg strength, straight arm strength, bent arm strength, compression and locomotion. So we're actually going to start with some joint work tonight and get our ankles and knees and hips mobile. So we're just going to start with some hip circles. So as always, listen to your body. Your body is your biggest teacher, and you're going to be in a different body every single day, which is amazing. So make sure you listen to that. Listen to any niggles that you might have going on, and rather than judge or criticize or get frustrated with our niggles, use them as our teacher to actually self-investigate what that's about. And when we can do that, we can actually then do something about it. Doing things that are nurturing to the body, like this kind of joint work or yin yoga, or taking time out just to pause and get off the busy train is one way that we can self-heal our bodies as well. Let's change direction. So slowly just moving around the joints, especially just into the hip here, getting some fluidity into the knees and the ankles. And as many of you know that are on this class, please, if you can, try to do the class barefoot, or even half of it barefoot, so that we start to allow the foot to become a foot again and move and get that space between the Achilles, the ankle, and really start to utilize the 33 joints, 26 bones, and 4 layers of muscle that we've got in the foot. Nice. So from the hips, we're going to take it to the knees. Bring the feet in a little bit closer here, and we're going to do some slow knee circles. This is going to be different on everyone, so be gentle. Take your time to be curious about what's going on here. So slow circles. The interesting fact about our knees is that it's very much linked in with our root chakra area, which is anywhere from the hips right down to the toes. And that's linked into fear, survival, and stability. So when we are faced with anything that makes us feel unstable or uncertain, change direction, we can experience physical symptoms in this part of the body from the hips down. So knees, ankles, feet, we feel off balance, when emotionally things are unstable as well. Beautiful. So from here, we're just going to move up. We're going to bring the feet a little wider, and we're going to move in a lateral circle now here as well. So option to come up onto the toes through this. So I'm just moving in like a donut shape with my hips. So I'm working just in the frontal plane at the moment. So literally just staying as if my body was in between 2 panels of glass. So the depth of this is completely up to you. So if the range is there, feel free to go lower. But again, listen to your knee joints here. It doesn't have to be. It can be super small, just in this range. Perfect. Wherever you are, change direction. Again, as always, these are not my teachings. From many movement teachers and of course Eastern practices, martial art, Tai Chi, Capoeira, Taekwondo, Karate, all that kind of stuff. And of course from Ido Portal, his teachings of movement, all of this stuff stems, but most definitely not my own. Reassociate with your breath. One more circle here. Beautiful. From that position, we're just going to go straight into some spinal legs. Again, just working with your body. Doesn't have to look like anything here. You don't even have to back bend if that doesn't suit you today. If you'll notice, I'll keep the warm-up pretty similar in these classes for the joints, so you can find some sort of familiarity with this movement. Alright, let's change direction. And yes, you probably had a bit of a freak out there. Perfect. Or again, maybe because you've been doing this on repeat, you know, hopefully other times other than this class, you might be finding that it might be getting a little easier to work through the not so natural movement pattern that we get used to, or same direction. Beautiful. So from this position, we're going to inhale, sweep the arms all the way up above the head, and as we exhale, just squat down. So just inhale, swing out through the shoulders, and exhale. So this is completely up to you. You can start to add a bit of pace here with this one, or you can do it nice and slow, but I want you to start to create your own momentum here. So with your breath, I want you to inhale, come up, and then exhale, coming down. We're going for at least another 30 seconds. The depth of this squat is completely up to you, and the speed of this is completely in your control. 20 more seconds to go. Inhale up, exhale down. Three, two, one. I'm just going to jump it out. Again, jumping's not for you. Just walking on the squat, super loose. Let the shoulders like literally just lift. My teachers call this the boob shake, literally. 10, 3, 2, 1. Come straight to standing. Stand on your right foot. Soften your right knee. Lift your left knee up. Pause. So we're going to close our eyes. Now, if that freaks you out, hold on to something, or just give it a little bit of a go. Keep a soft knee bend and shut down your eyes, and we hold. Start to very quickly associate with where your body is in space. Keep a soft knee bend into your right knee. Breathe. Ten. 3, 2, 1. Great job. Straight to the other side. Soften that left knee. Pause. Get a feel for it. And then shut down your eyes. Immediately become very present with yourself. Steady breath. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job, guys. We're going to start with a little bit of locomotion for today. So this is more a little bit of wrist mobility. So you can always crawl with your knees down on the ground, right? Like this. So there's not as much pressure onto the wrist. So what we're going to do for the next 30 seconds is go from a cat crawl into a hollow body. So we're waking up our core, waking up our wrists and our legs. So with the cat crawl, find space on your floor. The knees can be up off the ground or down. Arms are straight, fingers are spread wide. We're going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Belly to spine. So starting with the locomotion today, to start to get the body nice and warm. Those of you who've been practicing a cat crawl for a while, feel free to flip it over and play with a bit of a transition. Totally up to you. Or just crawl around your space, knees down or up. We've got 10 more seconds to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Down to the ground, shoulder blades off, belly pulling in and up, knees lift, Finding your version of a hollow body hold. Option, hold on to the backs of the legs. If that's too easy, let go of them. If that's too easy, point the toes, squeeze the quad. If that's too easy, alternate. If you want to go a little bit more, point both toes, squeeze the quads if you want more. Hands behind, hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rocking all the way up and over, straight into a dolphin plank. Forearms come down. Knees or toes tuck, tailbone under, shoulders over elbows, hold. 20 seconds. So waking up through the core, waking up everything, really, before we get into that sort of strength balance set tonight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to a child's pose. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Excellent. We're going to do that again. So last time through before we get into the strength work tonight. So crawling around the floor, your version. We have 30 seconds. We drop into a hollow. We drop into a dolphin for the last 20. 3, 2, 1. See if you can make this a contralateral pattern. So opposite hand, opposite foot. You don't have to flip it over, but it's a nice one to play around with. Play with different directions. Can you slow it down rather than want to move fast? Notice where the body wants to go in space. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's set up that hollow body hold. Knees stack above hips, shoulders off, ribs to belly button. Your version. Here, point the toes, squeeze the quad of one leg. But if you do one leg, make sure you do the other leg as well. Or both legs going out. Keep those toes pointed, quads are squeezed for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dolphin plank, last one. Ooh, coming down to already those forearms. Knees, tailbone tucks, so sad dog through the tailbone. And squeeze those quads if your knees are up. Press the ground away, belly draws to spine. 8, 3, 2, 1. Wow, good job. Really nice work. Alrighty, so let's get stuck into this, shall we? So we're going to work just 3 rounds tonight. It's going to be pretty intense. It's primarily to the legs and compression work. So the first one we've got is a single leg balance. Now you can either choose to use your block or not, right? I'm going to use the block. It helps you just gain a little bit more proprioception of where you are in space. So this is what I found for me one of the greatest ways to strengthen through the quads and the glutes and also the ankle joint, to clear the space to start to come into shrimp squats and pistol squats and dragon squats and all of the single leg variations. It's super simple but pretty challenging. So you'll literally just be standing on the right foot, the tripod of the foot, bending the right knee and balancing the left leg in space. If you want to make it a bit more challenging, you'll be standing on a block. Go the lowest height, obvious reasons. Try not to use your toes too much. So we're going in 30 seconds, that we want to have a soft knee bend. We don't want to lock out that right knee, and please, if you need to, do this next to a wall. We have 1 minute. All of this is 1 minute. It's slow, all right? So we're just going to move consciously and aware, present. Listen to your body. You're going to look different from everybody else that's doing that. Perfect. So soft knee bend. We're going to lift up that left leg and we're going to focus our gaze on one point on the floor, and you're going to slowly start to float that left hip. Now, if you are a regular to this class, you're going to start bending that right knee a little bit more and finding a little bit of depth. But this is the first round of 3. So don't go too low yet. We want to start to just fire up the glute medius and the hips. And we don't want to be here. We don't want to be in this easy space. We want to challenge it. We want to be loose through the arms. The face is soft and the jaw. So I've given you a bit of compression work in between the leg strength so that I'm being nice to you guys, so that your legs don't completely cook. 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, couch. So we're coming down to the ground. What we're working with here is we're going to work a cross tap, so working compression. So what's going to happen is the right forearm is going to go down to the ground. Now just watch this one for a moment. I've got my left knee bent, and basically what's going to happen, option 1, I'm going to lean into that right forearm and I'm going to bring my left elbow to my knee and come back down. Lean, cross, and back down. If you want more, this left hand is going to come up, you're going to point the toe and squeeze the quad of the right, and then come back down. So I'm working again a contralateral pattern across the body. So we're going to go in about 5 seconds. We have 1 minute. The left leg is bent, right leg is straight. 3, 2, 1. Option 1, bring the elbow to the knee. Keep leaning into that right forearm. So working compression, working through the obliques. Option 2, you'll be pressing right down into that forearm and then really trying to compress as you come across and try to reach to the opposite ankle. They're harder than they look. Keep going. Ooh, 30 seconds left to go. And this is the second one of these ones I've done today. You guys just do your best. Oh, we really want to point the toe and squeeze the quad of that extended leg if you've got it. You're keeping the tension in the leg, guys. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah. So we're now on to our single leg balance on the left. So block is on the ground and we're going to soften that left knee and we're going to slowly start to balance, right? So we want to keep that soft knee bend. We're going to go in 5 seconds. And again, if this is one of your first times doing this class, then don't go too low yet. And even myself, whenever I come into this, I want you to see things for the first time and experience the movement like it's brand new. So especially when it comes to single leg balancing stuff, like even myself when I come into this, I really make sure that I feel good in my body before going any deeper to just understand how the hips, the knees, the ankles are feeling. And of course, anything else as well, just tuning into what my body is telling me here. We have 10 more seconds to go on this standing single leg balance. Well done, guys. 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. We're coming down to the ground. We're now working through that left side. So we want to make sure we have the right arm out to the side. We're going to point the toe and squeeze the quad onto the left. The left arm is out to the side. And as we come up and over, we want to work that compression. Option is bring that elbow to the knee. We're going 3, 2, and 1. So your option is bringing your right elbow over to your left knee and working into the crunch by leaning into that left forearm. Or you're going to point the toe and squeeze the quad of the left side and continue to lift up and compress. So we're going straight across the body, keeping the tension in that left leg. If you need to pause at any point, please pause, breathe. These, again, they're super, super challenging. So please just do your best. Alright guys, we've got 10 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. So the next one we're going to be moving towards is our turbo cat. So with our turbo cat, we want to be really working through our core. The wrists, elbows, shoulders in alignment, tailbone tucks under. The toes will tuck and you're going to hover those knees off. So big straight arm strength and compression. At any time your knees can go down onto the ground. That's totally cool. But I want you to think you have like a little fire underneath your belly and you're pulling your belly button away from the tip of the flame. We're going in 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. This is a long time to be in this position. So the second and third rounds are a little bit shorter, but with much less rest. So I want you to just focus on your breath. Yes, this is going to get super uncomfortable. Can you sit in it? Allow ourselves to really experience the discomfort. Notice everything that's coming up in this shape. Keep your face soft and your breath fluid. Keep pulling your belly button in and up. Anytime those knees can drop down to the ground, 15 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Really nice work there, everyone. So the last, or second last one we've got in this series is a bridge. Now there's 3 different ways that you'd like to do this. If you want to come off your hands for a bit, you're going to come down to the ground, you're going to lift up and come into a hip bridge. Weight through the heels, so we're working through our hamstrings. If you're good for your hands, we're going to come up into this variation where we open up the chest and the front of the delts. Right? If you would like a little bit more, the toes will point, the hands will go behind, you're going to squeeze and lift, pull the glutes together, and I'm pushing down through those heels, working our hamstrings. So full posterior chain. So we're going in 3, 2, 1. Option 1, work through your bridge. Push through the heels and lift up the hips. Option 2, push through the heels and we come up into a reverse tabletop, squeeze the hamstrings. Option 3, we're going to push up and we hold and slowly come back down. Push up and hold. I'm really feeling like I'm squeezing the glutes, tucking that tailbone under, so I'm not overarching in my spine. I'm not doing this, keeping that chin tucked in. So please choose your option and your variation. So I've really got my toes pointed. I'm pushing down with those heels. We've got 15 seconds left to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work, guys. So I'm going to show this variation first. If you have a block, alright, what we're going to be working towards is a step up, an alternating step up. It's going to look like this. You're going to step your right foot on the block, pull the knee to your chest. You're going to come back into a squat, step the left foot on the block, knee comes up, step back into a little squat, and you're alternating side to side. If you have a bigger step, you'll be doing exactly the same thing. However, we're going to be alternating. So I'm going to be putting my right foot on, stepping up to squat. I'm going to drop the right foot off and then step up, drop left foot off, step up. Cool? So please take your option, your variation. I'll start with the block and then I'll move to the box. We're going to go same thing for a minute. Wherever you are, we're going to go in 3, 2, 1. So if you're on the block, bring the left knee to the chest, step completely off back to a squat, left foot on, right knee up, back to squat, and we're holding it. Alternating side to side. I want you to really take your time. If you have a bigger step, you'll step up, squat, step one foot down, that same foot comes back up, step off, back up, step off, and back up. So wherever you are, guys, we need to feel that you are not using momentum. We need to really feel the strength in the legs here and the balance. and keep the compression so the ribs are pulling into the belly button here. 15 seconds left to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Good job, guys. That's it. So all we're going to do now is go through 2 more rounds. We've literally got 45 seconds, 15 seconds to change. So we're going on the top of the clock. We want our block. We'll be standing on our right foot and we're going into a block balance for 45 seconds. Round number 2. Have fun, work with your levels, come back to anything that you need, rest whenever you need. Soft knee bend, and we start to balance. So super slowly, I want you to start to work through the hips, play with your single leg squatting. So there's no right or wrong here. If anyone is playing with any pistol squat variations, sometimes easier on the block. But again, we really want to condition the ankle joint first, of course, before we go into any pistol squats. That's what all this stuff is about. It's very much just crawl before we walk. Appreciate where we are without the need for more. Those of you who've been practicing dragon squats, it's a nice place to play around with it on the block. It cooks the legs. It's exactly what we're after. Ooh, we've got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Youch. Oh, goodness. All right, guys. So we're working into that cross tap. The right arm is going to go out to the side. Point the toe on the right. We're going 3, 2, 1. Either bringing the opposite elbow across or go full variation. Point the toe and squeeze the quad on the right. So lifting up, working through that contralateral pattern. Does not have to be fast at all. So as I said, just 45 seconds this round and the next. Guys, last 10 seconds here. Remember, the option is to bring the elbow to the knee. Totally fine. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We've got 15 seconds. So we've got the left side, single standing leg balance, soft knee bend. If you're newer to this, stay a little bit more upright. If you've been practicing this a while, start to put a bit more bend in the knee. We have 45 seconds. We really want to play with these awkward spaces, right? We spend so much time sitting in chairs, couches, cars, that put our hip in a position that our hip really is not. So our hip is a ball and socket joint, right? It's meant to move around the joint. It's not a hinge joint, which is what a lot of sitting sends a message to our hip to go, oh, this is what you do now. And well, no, it's not. It's why we get so tight through the hips and the hip flexors, which pays a huge price on our spine. So we really, really want to retrain the hip to do what it's meant to do. 3, 2, 1. Great job. So working left side now. We've got 10 seconds. Left arm out to the side. Point the toe, squeeze the quad on the left side. Whew. 3, 2, 1. So start into that cross tap. Up and over and squeeze. Option to bring just the elbow into the knee. Totally cool. Really keep squeezing the quad on the left. So you really want to feel that pressure. The more you squeeze the quad, you're going to find you'll get more compression to come in as well. So pull the ribs in towards the belly button. 15 seconds left. Don't take my option. So you work with you. Just back it off a little bit if you need to. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Youch. Turbo cat. Now there's going to be an option with the turbo cat. Don't have to do it. It's just an option. So So from the turbo cat, either stay here or we're going to bring the knee in to tap the wrist. But it's super slow. We're going in 3, 2, 1. Option, keep the knees on the ground. If not, tuck the toes, lift the knees. Keep the left knee in the same position. Bring the right knee, tap the wrist. Come back, turbo cat. And super slow. So I'm not letting my back knee lift up at all. So I want to keep that low gate position with the knees. So if there was something on my back that was really, really important, it's not going to go anywhere. So I'm maintaining the hip functionality here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness, that is so hard. So hamstrings, and then we have one more and we rest. Please remember your options. Please come down to a bridge if that's you. If not, you'll come to reverse tabletop, push up. If you want more and it's okay on your hamstrings, point the toes, squeeze the quads, lift and hold for about 3 to 5 seconds, and then come back down. So I'm driving my heels down, pointing the toes, squeezing the quads, feeling almost an internal rotation of the hips, and then coming back down. So I really want to squeeze everything here. Don't let that head go back. And you'll feel a beautiful opening into the chest as well, and a squeeze of the triceps. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we've got our step ups. You'll either be using the block or something you can stand up and so most of us have a step in our house, so I really recommend you use a staircase. Give it a go. So this, I'm going to regret the height of this tomorrow. 3, 2, 1. Now again, alternate. So I step up on the right, left comes up, I tap the right foot down, bring the right foot back up, tap the left foot down, bring left foot up. So play with your head. Great. So we're alternating, but I'm keeping a low gate squat the whole time. I'm really using the tripod of the foot that is on top of the step. So my knee and ankles are in alignment the whole time. Tuck your tailbone under. So we have a bit of an angry cat happening in the spine. So we're working our core. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your version of rest. Whatever that is, breathe. I'm like breathless. So, wherever you're watching this back, leave me a comment, let me know how you're finding this. It really is just repetition and consistency, and I can't bang on about it enough about really appreciating where we are in our journey of movement. It taught me so much to be humble and to let go of the end goal, like to actually let go of trying to find a pull-up or a pistol squat or whatever it might be, and to really focus on what I'm feeling right now and how great that is that I can do that in this moment. So I really want to embody that and bring that across to you too. When we can be grateful for what's here in this moment, then more of that comes and we really start to go on our journey. So we've got one more round of this. That's pretty much it. We are done after this. I really recommend, going 8 seconds by the way, recommend doing some yin yoga as a complement. So of course we are on in 3, 2, 1. There are many recorded yin practices here that you can access. Do it. Do yourself a favor. We need balance, whatever that is. We need to look after the yin and the yang, the fast and the slow, the hot and the cold. We need all of it. If we don't, we break. I've been there twice, right? And our bodies really need to have that time out to pause and to recuperate, regenerate, create energy. As much as you do to move. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Wow. Ouch. So you don't need weights. the time, but you can do a lot of strength work without them. Okay, so right arm out to the side, point the toes, squeeze the quad of the right. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So working through this cross tap. Again, don't go too nuts, otherwise you will burn out in this one. Can you find like a V shape, as much V shape as you can, by using that forearm to help lift you up. 15 seconds. Remember, you can always bring that elbow to the knee as well. Like, find your variation here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Should get a nice little burn into the quads in that one as well. Guys, remembering this is your last round, so it's a minimal rest. But again, this is a recording. You can always pause it and take more rest if you need to. 3, 2, 1. Left side single balance. Notice any areas of your body that are tensing up, including the face, and soften them. It's going to look very different on everyone, so just listen to where you're at. Hold onto a wall if you need to hold onto a wall. It's not about what you can't do, it's appreciating and celebrating what you can. I know when I was first starting to learn to balance, it wasn't that long ago, it was like 5, 6 years ago. I always did a lot with shoes on, I struggled with balance big time. 3, 2, 1, great job. So learning balance for me has taken so much time, but if we put our mind to anything, there's nothing we cannot do. Left arm out to the side, point the toe, squeeze the quad, and we're going to lift up and we're going to tap. It really is our mind that only limits us through everything we do. So really appreciate what you can do in this movement. If we are always searching for more, we'll always be looking for something else, and that takes way too much energy. So just talking when you're doing this. You guys keep going. You guys have 20 more seconds left. Oh. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So we've got that turbo cat variation. Again, feel free to take that second variation, and if you want a bit of a challenge, you're going to put the block on your back. You're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Tuck the toes, knees lift. Now, you bring that knee to tap the wrist without letting the hips rock side to side. So you really got to work here. Option, knees down on the ground and just hold the angry cat through the spine. Fingers are spread wide, belly to spine. Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. My goodness. All right, last one, second last one. Moving through our hamstrings. All right, guys. Remember, bridge pose, definitely an option. Or feet extended. 3, 2, 1, lift. Option for reverse bridge or reverse tabletop. Right? It's just not as challenging on the hamstrings. It's not as intense. You'll still push through the heels, squeeze the glutes together, and lift up. So please take that variation or bridge pose if this is too intense for you. I get it. I don't usually take this one, but today they're feeling pretty good, so I'm giving it a crack. You really want to point those toes and squeeze the quads and really squeeze your butt cheeks together a lot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. We have one more. Holy. Alright guys, let's do it. Finding your step in your house. Might be moving around a little bit. Last one, compress, ribs into the belly button here, and here we go. Super slow. Try not to use momentum. Can you float the feet, alternating each time? Really nice one to start to get a little bit more mobility into the Achilles and the ankle joint. Really easy to use momentum here, but I don't want you to. Keep pulling that belly button in towards the backbone. Visualize someone's about to punch you in the stomach and maintain the tuck of the tailbone here. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down to your back. I don't do much stretching in this class because I want you guys to do some yin. But for now, take a moment. We're going to go straight to a supine twist, bringing the right knee over to the left side. Allow your right shoulder blade, she's got the best crack. Allow your right shoulder blade to rest on the ground. Breathe in. Breathe out. Do that 3 more times. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe out. Come back through center. We'll take a quick happy baby. Flex the feet, catch the underside of the feet, and just allow the tailbone to come down the ground. If the tailbone is not coming down the ground, that's okay. Just come down a little bit down the ankles so that the bum is not off the ground. Just take a breath in and a breath out. When you feel ready, you'll find a supine twist on the other side. So bring the left knee over to the right side and just allowing that left scapula, trapezius, and all the muscles in the upper back, the infraspinatus, subscap, to completely let go. You hold on to so much tension in these guys, especially if they're using devices, computers, and then of course when we are stressed or anxious or worried, doubtful, fearful, we hold all this tension in around our upper neck, into the SCM muscle and the traps, and that only adds to this forward motion or posture that so many of us, including myself, can adapt very, very quickly. Take 1 more breath in and a breath out. And we're just going to finish with 3 big rounds of breath. So place your hand on your belly and a hand on your heart, bend your knees. Take a breath in and an open mouth exhale. So I'm going to count you through this. Let's breathe in fully for the count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold all that air in. Slow exhale. 4, 3, 2. Pull the belly button to the spine. Get all the air out and hold. Alright, big breath in. 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Everything is lit here, like your whole body is risen. And exhale, slowly release from the lungs, release from the ribcage, and release completely from the belly. And do that 1 more time. So inhale, inflate the belly, the lungs, the ribcage, hold. Exhale, deflate the lungs, the ribcage, and the belly. Just go 1 more round on your own. Your own time. Just roll to one side. Gently come up. Might be nice just to keep your eyes gently closed for a second or two. I just want you to take a moment to thank your body always, to thank your physical self, this vehicle, right, that carries us around, does so many things for us that we rarely stop for a moment and say thank you to just how amazing it is. So take a moment to feel into that gratitude and appreciation and appreciate what we have without the need for more. I hope you guys had a really good class. Let me know how you went, of course, in the comments. And as always, Tuesday nights at Redhead Wellness Century right here. We'll be continuing this class, so I can't wait to see you guys all grow. Have a beautiful night.